we're here in Blender. So we are going to import the avatar master, not shell, master that we created over in Dev Studio. So we're just going to go to the top and do File, Import, FBX, go to our project folder, which is, oh wait, no, that's the other thing, body project, that one. And we're going to bring her in. Now, almost always your avatar will come in broken like this, and don't panic, it's okay, that happens a lot, we can fix that. So we just click on your bones real quick, and just as a something that'll help you, we're going to go over to the object tab real quick and scroll down to where it says x-ray and turn it on so we can see all the bones and stuff. I'm just used to having x-ray on. So once this nightmare fuel reses in, you're just going to click on the bones, switch over to pose mode. Ooh, sorry, ant was on my leg. Pose mode, and I'm going to turn on the display key. Okay. And then we're going to press Alt R and just reset it right back to where we need it to be. So don't worry if it's all crumpled up. Alt R will reset the bones locations and all that jazz, and she'll be straight. Alright, so we have our master, and this is what we want our Second Life avatar to look like. So let's begin the actual conversion process. To begin the conversion process, we first need to select go into object mode, press A and select everything, then press the M key, and then shoot it all over here to the side. We want to use the first slot to be for our Second Life avatar, and it doesn't have to be, it's just what I'm used to doing. Next, we need to bring in our Second Life avatar, and we can do that with the Avastar plugin that I hope you guys installed. So to bring in, I used to do is Shift A to bring up the Add menu, and then we go to Avastar, and then we do Extended Quad. Now, if you don't see Extended Quad inside there, make sure that you have the Sparkles plugin installed, and that should bring in the Extended Extended Quad avatar. Such a mouthful. Now, looks like our plain Jane Make It Rain lady. Now, before I begin with this, I need to state this just in case you guys were working on a male avatar while you were doing this. If you are working on a man, you are going to want to go into object mode first, select the bones, and then scroll down until you see the avatar appearance menu. Keep on scrolling. Oh, no, there you go. The avatar appearance menu, and you want to check the male box. And this will give you a Second Life man skeleton, which is bigger, longer, faster than ever than the female one. But if you're working on a lady, then you don't need to have the big skeleton. You can just leave it here. This will save you in trying to have to resize it and make it male when it's just a button that does it for you. So, but we're working on a lady, so lady bones. We got to do some prep work before we can start the conversion process. And this is pretty much going to be our avatar, so just follow along, please. So our next step is to move the bones to a different layer. This, again, helps with keeping things organized and uncluttered while you're trying to work. So we're going to select the bones in object mode, and then we're going to press the M key, and I'm going to move it down in a layer underneath the first layer. That way you have layers down, bones on this layer, and right underneath it we have our avatar. Okay, with our bones all set up, it's time for us to start cutting. So to make sure that we got our cuts all accurate, we're going to need the UV layer, the UV window activated. Sorry. Take your mouse and hold it up to the top part of the screen until your cursor turns into a star. Click in that area and then drag open the window, creating a second window space, and we're going to switch it from 3D view over to UV image editor. This is going to help us later on, and you'll see why later on. Alright, get ready for cutting. We need to start separating this into usable parts. If you try to go into edit mode, Avastar will give you an error that says that the Avastar in its current state cannot be edited or should not be edited, and to convert it and freeze the shape. You want to make sure that before you do that process that it just told you to do, you are not in edit mode, because it will freeze and lock you in edit mode and there's no way to get out of it. I don't know why that happens, but it's just a thing that happens. So make sure you're not in there. So I want to click on our body and I want to go to the Avastar tab. Yours won't be as cluttered as mine. And we want to go to, I want to say it's fitting tools. Scroll on down until you see freeze shape, and you want to make sure that the attach sliders box is not checked, and then you want to press the button that says freeze selected. And you want to do this again for the bottom part and the head, just in case you like this method and you want to try it on something else, but head is good too. We don't really need to do the eyeballs and the eyelashes. I had no use for those, but they can just stay. But mostly we just want the head, because that's going to help us for something later on. Now that our items have been converted into custom shapes that we can use and edit, it's time for us to begin the cut. So the first thing we need to cut off are the hands. So I like to go into edit mode, select the top, go into edit mode, come on over to the UV section. You want to check this box right here, the keep UVs in edit mode mesh selected in sync. That's a mouthful. There's an arrow with that, and this will allow us to edit the mesh through the UV window. And I want to cut the hands off at the wrist. Now you want to use the C buttons, that way you got a nice circle. And I like faces selected, that makes it a little bit easier. And we're going to cut it off at the first wrist joint. Maybe the second one. Give me a second wrist. So select it this way. If you do it the other way by selecting it mesh, like going over here and pressing this and selecting it, you only select one hand at a time. Doing it this way, you can select both hands at the time, symmetrical, and not have to worry about whether or not you got all of the stuff. Sometimes you may miss it. You can just look at it and see. That's actually a bit too much hand. I think I want to go back up a section and cut off about that much. Yeah, that's just about the right amount of rest. Okay, once the hand part is selected, we're going to press P and then turn off the selection. Next, we're going to do the same thing down here on the legs and cut off the feet, which are a lot easier to do. Just press C and select all the feet. Whoops. If you select something that you didn't mean to select, just hold the wheel on the mouse, press the button, and drag it over and it'll deselect stuff. So click and make sure we got the feet, and then we're going to press P inside the 3D window and then separate by selection. So we're going to take this and we're going to press M and move them over somewhere else. I like to sling all my other miscellaneous parts over here. Don't delete the hands because, oh well, I'm giving you new hands, so I guess you could if you wanted to. Well, no, it's good to keep the hands around just in case something goes wrong. Next part we're going to cut off is up here in the torso, and we are going to remove the neck. So just like we did with the hands and the feet, you're going to press C, and we're going to select it, and we're going to cut the neck here, and then do the same thing at the top right here. Doing this in advance will save us so much time, trouble, effort in here. Trust me. So once our neck is selected, we're going to press P again and then cut it off. Now, we're going to move the neck to a nice safe layer. So press M and then shoot it somewhere where you believe is safe. Like I said over here, these are my favorite parts to do that too. I got my neck, and I'm going to press Shift D and make a duplicate of it. And then we're going to put that neck over here. Now, we want to make a duplicate of the neck just in case we break it. It's always good to have dupes and save yourself trouble. Okay, so once we got our neck chopped off, our hands checked off, and our feet, you can work on the head too, in case, you, like I said, later on you find the body method so intriguing that you want to try it with the head. I meant to do it, but I never got around to trying it once I chopped everything up. So if you want to try this method later on with the head, these are the following parts you need to cut off. First, you need to cut off the ears by selecting that ear, this ear, And then you want to get the innards of their mouth. Whoops. By that, I mean their tongue, teeth, and whatever their throatal flaps. So, tongue, teeth, tongue, throatal flap. Okay. And then you want to press P. And we're just going to get rid of those two and send those over here. This will help us later on. So, throw that in the trash. Alright, our avatar is now ready for processing. Oh, wait, no it ain't. Every time I say it's ready for processing, it's like, nope, no it ain't. So what we need to do next is we need to assign each one of these parts their own material. Because if we try to join it, it's only got one layer and then they're going to stick together and then we got to manually pull them apart, which is a pain in the butt. So we want to avoid that by giving it its own layer material. So just go over and click on it, and then we go to the wrench. We want to get rid of that stupid wheeled modifier. Get that over here. We want to go to the material tab, select this, press the remove button, give it a new one, go up to the top, remove, new, and same with the head just because of efficiency and like this. Now you could go through this and name them if you want to. I am not efficient, as you guys are probably noticing by watching these tutorials. So material 1, 2, 3 is actually fine with me. But whatever. Now, as we join the pieces together, we want to remove the doubles. So press A. Then I think I'll say it's Control W. Ooh, nope. Control W. No. Alt W. I do this every day. Now W. Just press plain W and remove the doubles. Then you want to press Alt J and remove any extra triangles that may be here. And then once that button is pressed, you want to press this one right here that says compare. Check the box that says compare UVs. Make sure that's checked. That gets rid of any stray things. So now we have, as optimized as we can, a Second Life body that is ready for work. And now that we have that done, we're going to save, because two things. One, if you like this method and you want to do it again, you can skip all this work and then you can just keep reloading a prepared body and just go from there. And two, just in case you mess up, you can reload and pretend like you didn't. So that is going to be our first save spot. Let's go to our project folder and we're going to name this the base. All right, we're all ready to go. Time for us to combine this with our master in the next video, because it's already 12 minutes.